Hello everyone in this long ransom group. Please allow me to introduce my little discovery. Is this mix? This mix I call it as the new Gamboge Ink. Okay, the history and its formula can be traced back into somehow like 18th century. Okay, about 22 years ago, when a young boy called Winslow, he decided to be an artist, especially a watercolorist, in the future, and he starts to read a lot of books. And then, also, because in his country, he lives in Taiwan, so the sumie or 水墨 is a very, very popular art form. And he reads a textbook from the Qing dynasty called 芥子园画谱. Okay, I don't know the exact translation about that, or I'm wondering, is there any, translated version of that in English? I don't know, but I think I will find out. Okay, but however, in that textbook of Sumie, the author found a very, very interesting phenomena. That is, if you put Gamboge, I mean the Gamboge genuine, into the ink, the Chinese ink, and then your mountain, your tree will look very, very, very greenish without being too garish. Okay, so basically, it's just a Qing dynasty version of blue plus yellow doesn't equal to green thing. Okay, so back to then, like 300 years ago, old Chinese people know that you can use carbon black and the Gamboge genuine to make a near greenish color. Okay, and it is not too garish like the phthalo green or the hookah's green, things like that. Okay, so after the young boy, who happens to be me, I read the book and then I memorized it into my head. And when I was trying to paint this photograph, I want to use the long ransom method, but I found a difficulty. That is, I couldn't found a good gray or black for that. Why? Because I don't want a stable color. I want something that will change it over time. Okay, sometimes it gets green, sometimes it gets blue, or sometimes it gets violet. Okay, and then he looked at all the Cotman watercolors in art stores, and he found that the new Gamboge. Please note that the new Gamboge in Winslow Newton artist line is composed with PY153, so it would not work in this recipe. Okay, but for Cotman watercolor, he saw that the new Gamboge or the Gamboge hue in Cotman watercolor It's actually composed by transparent yellow PY150 and quinacridone red PR209. Both of them are colors with very strong tinting strength and then very transparent, and also it has very good light fastness. So this young boy, the little boy, woke up and then he tries his best to somehow create his interpretation of the Gamboge Genuine Plus Chinese Ink version, the watercolor version of the old Chinese formula. Okay, and then the result is this. Okay, this I call it this mixture. I temporarily call it just Gamboge or New Gamboge Ink. Okay, it was composed with first alizarin crimson PR206. Okay, don't use the PR83 one, it will fade. Second one is ultramarine PB29, and the third one is the Gamboge hue in Cotman watercolor. Okay, it was composed by PR150 and PR209. So which makes this color very interesting, because at the one hand it granulates because it contains ultramarine, but at the same time it also stings because it has quinacridone red inside, and then it has the transparent yellow inside. So the product looks like exactly like this. Okay, as you can see, it's a very, very tricky color to use. Okay, the word I mean tricky is that if you put on a very, very, very wet surface, you will see that the upper part, if you keep your drawing board in at one angle, okay, you will see that the ultramarine will flow down, will flow downwards, okay, will flow downwards, and then the alizarin crimson, it will stays on the top, and then the Gamboge hue will stays over here, and then the and then the ultramarine will stay at the lower part. So it makes this color very, very, very suitable for drawing foxings or snow things, because sometimes because if you think about them, foxing and snow things, they both involve with the water. Okay, the droplet of water will reflect lights in various way. So this color will actually capture the these characteristics. Okay, but now there's a problem, because it was just been I have spent like 2 weeks after I saw the Cotman Gamboge hue. I started to develop this. Okay, also because I'm a very lousy painter and color mixer, so I cannot give you the exact proportion of making this color right. Okay, the only thing I can say is that you use ultramarine and alizarin chromosome. Okay, you mix a color like the Winslow violet, the PV 2023, I think. Okay, and then you add the Gamboge hue. Remember, it's the Cotman Gamboge hue. Little by little, little by little, little by little, and then when you get a neutral gray, which disperse, which illuminates your eyes with red and yellow glow, you are successful. You are making a success. Okay, so now this is my temporary report of this mixture, and then I feel very proud that I can share it with you, you guys in Long Ransom Group, because I believe that all of the people in this group are very supportive and nice. And if you really want to use this mixture, okay, three rules. You have to follow the following three rules. First one, share it to people who need it. I know that a lot of people, they have difficulties. In buying expensive equipments, and they cannot get good watercolors or artist watercolors like Daniel Smith, M. Grant, things like that. This this ink, this new Gamboge ink, can be reproduced by Cotman watercolor, and then it's pretty black. It's even much blacker than the black you use. You use some you use phthalo you use like composed of phthalo green and permanent rose. Okay, it's even darker than that, and then it has a tiny little bit stickiness, just like the Chinese ink. Okay, I don't know what's the reason behind that, but it just feels, it just contains the texture of ordinary Chinese ink, or Indian ink, if you want to call it in this way, in this old-fashioned way. So, first of all, if you want to use this mixture, okay, I beg you, all of my friends in this group, okay, share it, you know, with friends, okay, or share it with anyone you encounter, and he has a problem in dealing with very dark mix, or he wants to add certain oriental, certain oriental element in his or her painting. Rule number 2. You don't have to mention my name. Okay, I think this is very, very, very stupid. Okay, to call a mixture in one's name like Winslow Gray, okay, Davis Gray, Payne's Gray. We don't need so many names on a name tag. Okay, and third, the most important part is that if you want to use this mixture, sorry about my Siri. if you want to use this mixture, I have to tell you that I'm sorry, this is not perfected. This is not a perfected version. So if you encounter any problems in producing it or in using it, okay, I apologize. I apologize for it in advance. And then if you find out any kind of possible improvement over this mixture, okay, please tell me. I'll be very grateful for that. Okay, it's my pleasure, and it's also my honor to be in this group. And then finally, I want everyone can have a good old long Renaissance style painting. Have a good painting time. Thank you for your patience, all my friend.